Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be another real life messy house clean with me, but I also wanted to sit and talk to you guys about some things. I normally don't post about stuff like this here on my channel, but I felt like it was extremely important to kind of just sit and talk to you guys about it. So I first wanted to show you what I've got going on today and what I'm going to be working with. Now you guys know, if you've been here before, my house is not that big, so I try not to let it get to this point, but there are some days where I just physically and mentally cannot bring myself to do anything, and this is kind of where it gets to. So today I just kind of wanted to tackle what I could and get done what I could, and I wanted to bring you guys along with me and kind of just sit and talk about some things. So also with the content of this video, I kind of wanted to switch things up with the way that I did the voiceover as well. So sometimes I think when creators and people, influencers or whatever you want to call them, when we sit and make videos and we do voiceovers, we really try to use our best customer service voice and this is perfect and this is how I'm doing this and it's beautiful and blah blah blah. But that's not how I wanted to do today's video. I kind of wanted to just sit and talk to you guys like we were on the front porch having a coffee, having a conversation, and just kind of be real and one-on-one with everybody. So I felt like it was extremely important because I always talk about how I keep things very real here on my channel. So that's kind of what today's video is going to be about as well. As you can tell from the title of this video, it's going to be about cleaning with depression and anxiety and how cleaning can kind of help you get through some of those times in your day. And I wanted to first and foremost let you guys know that I kind of struggled with this for a while, whether or not I wanted to post it. But also one of my very, very good friends, Laura, here on YouTube, her channel is Mighty Mama, and she has been doing these depression and anxiety cleaning videos for a long time now. And to me, she was the originator of this, and I did reach out to her and let her know what I wanted to do. And she is absolutely amazing. And she's like, whatever you need to do to kind of spread the word and however it, helps you deal with your depression and anxiety, absolutely, I'm behind you 100%. And I just kind of wanted to quickly give her a shout out. And if you guys have not checked out her channel, I will have her channel linked in my description box. Go and say hello to her if you've not already watched any of her videos. She's absolutely amazing, and I'm so blessed and thankful to have her as a friend of mine here. Now, another disclaimer that I kind of wanted to put out there for you guys is there's going to be a lot of talking in this video, and if you don't enjoy talking in your cleaning videos, then this might not be the one for you. So go ahead and check back on the next upload. I'm sure there's going to be tons of awesome music in that one for you. But like I said, I kind of just wanted to be candid and real with you guys and talk about some things that have been on my mind lately. Now, I'm not the kind of person that really gets on social media and talks about her feelings that much, but I did want to kind of open up this conversation for anyone that is dealing with anxiety or anything of that nature. And I have, kind of disclosed some of this to some friends of mine, and they're like, I never would have thought you're just so happy and, laughing all the time. And that is true. I do have a very happy personality generally, but that doesn't mean that, I don't have a lot of anxiety that I deal with on a constant basis. So quickly, I just wanted to point out one of the elephants in the room, for lack of better words. The fact that I've even got shorts on and I'm showing my legs to the internet is a huge anxiety of mine. I know that I have talked about my weight a lot, and the weight that I am now is more than I have ever weighed in my entire life, and that includes me being pregnant with either one of my boys. So I generally was, anywhere from 100 to 120 pounds. And I'm going to be real with y'all. When I went to the doctor to have my surgery, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, I was 165 pounds, and I wanted to fall out in the floor and cry and just leave. That's a big thing to me. Now, a lot of people would say, you don't look bad at all. You look amazing and blah, blah, blah. And I appreciate that. But to me, it's huge. And I'm so uncomfortable, but then again, it's almost summer and it's like 80-some degrees outside. And I'm so tired of wearing jeans and burning up on top of hot flashes and everything else that I can't even enjoy anything that I'm doing. Like Ruben and I can go, to a concert or to a brewery, just, to have a good time. And I cannot even enjoy myself because I'm sitting there sweltering and, worried about what other people are thinking of me. Why does she have jeans on? Why does she, blah, blah, blah. So things like that just pile up in my head all day, every day. And I'm really trying to get to a point where I can be okay with myself and not let things like that bother me. And I know that's very minuscule, but that's something that drives me absolutely insane. So, kind of like tying all that in with the cleaning, I did just kind of want to briefly touch on that. And because there are so many days that I come home from work and mentally I'm just exhausted from either work or worrying about my kids, which, they're older, but it's almost just as bad worrying about them not being here and taking care of themselves than when they were like 2 and 3 years old and I had them all day, every day. But sometimes I just come home, and I was talking to Laura and I told her, I was like, I just want to like sit on my couch and cry, or just like not do anything at all besides pet the dog or just go to sleep at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's just kind of hard to deal with sometimes. So I do unfortunately have things that pile up, and today I just kind of wanted to tackle that and let you guys know that it is normal, and don't feel bad about yourself. Just get yourself up and do what you can. Now, I did not clean my whole house because I was tired and I just didn't want to, but as you could see at the beginning of the video, my kitchen and my bedroom were horrible, and I definitely did need to get those cleaned up. I couldn't even sleep properly because I knew that all of those clothes were just around me and needed to be folded. So I just wanted to say that you don't have to have little kids in your house to, cause you anxiety and depression. There are people of all ages that suffer with this. And I do think that menopause has totally, played its hand in a lot of my issues as well. But I just, I felt like I wanted to talk to you guys. And there are a lot of people that watch my videos that I have formed an incredible relationship with. And I felt like it was my time to, kind of be open and honest with a lot of you. So I don't think I have really shared this story as much, but in 2010, my stepfather took his own life, and that was probably one of the hardest things I had ever had to deal with. It's something that I still struggle with, and it taught me so much about who I am as a daughter and a sister and a mother, that I just kind of wanted to, touch on that. And I never really talked about this, to my family because I don't want it to be taken the wrong way, but there was just so much going on at that time that I felt like, obviously I had to be there for my mom and my kids because my kids were young at that time, and it was really hard for them to understand, and I honestly didn't even tell them exactly what happened until years and years later because I just did not want that thought in their brain. But I kind of felt like I had to be the strong person for a lot of people. So, like, I quietly and, by myself, just kind of had to deal with that issue. And it's not like, I didn't openly, express my sadness or anything like that, but again, I just kind of felt like I had to be really strong for other people. So it was a little tough for me, but we're dealing with it. We're okay with it now. So also a lot of times during my childhood, I had to deal with things. My best friend Amanda, she has actually lost a couple of her brothers to the same thing, and I was extremely, extremely close with them, and they were like my brothers. Her one brother, Todd, I actually named my second son after him. His middle name was Christian, and I gave Braden his middle name. That's exactly, just how close we were. Also, when I was in high school, actually, I think it was the year after that I had graduated, I was at a house party and about 10 feet away from a friend of mine that took his own life. And that image has never left my brain. And I honestly think it has just kind of scarred me for life. And it's a lot to deal with. And not only, death or anything like that in the family, but just the normal anxieties of life, especially right now with money, groceries, bills. Am I a good mom? Am I a good fiance? Am I a good daughter? Things like that just don't leave my brain. And it's just, a constant worry all day, every day. And it's just nice to be able to talk to people. And now that mental health is not as much of a stigma as it used to be. People just, were too embarrassed or too afraid to talk about it. And I want you guys to know that it's never anything that you cannot talk about. If you don't have anyone in your life that you feel, comfortable with or that you can talk to, reach out to me. I would be ecstatic to sit and listen and talk to you and share any of my thoughts or feelings. I think it's extremely important to surround yourself with people that you feel secure with and that you feel like you can talk to. And luckily, I have an amazing family and group of really close friends that I know that I can talk to about absolutely anything at all. So, like I said, reach out to me if you don't feel like you have that person. Also, if you guys have ever noticed from the very first video that I've ever uploaded, I believe I have always had the National Suicide Prevention Hotline number in my description box, and I will always have that there. I kind of always wished that there had been some help like this when I was younger. I honestly think that after I had my second son, I had a little bit of postpartum depression. I never really knew what it was. I thought that, well, this is life. This is what you have to deal with now. Because I was extremely young. I already had both of my boys by the time I was 23, and they were basically like twins. They were only 13 months apart, and it was very hard, but I got through it, and I think they are absolutely amazing young men, and I could not be more proud of them. So I just, wanted to talk about life and things. And one thing that kind of helps me get through some of the stuff when I can't get my head to just stop worrying is to just start cleaning my house. And I'll turn on the music. You guys know that I love my music and my podcast, and I'll get to work and I'll get done what I can get done. And I've learned to not be so hard on myself if I'm not able to get everything finished. And I wanted to share that with you guys today, that you are not alone. If some days you feel like this, just do what you can. And there are so many things that you can do to kind of help yourself get out of that funk. I know a lot of people exercise, and that's definitely one thing I need to start doing again. I used to exercise a lot, and I ran 5Ks, and I did, all kinds of stuff, CrossFit, everything. And I quit. I was in a car accident, and physically I could not do it for a while. And that's honestly when I started YouTube. So this kind of took over a lot of anxieties of mine. I was able to put a lot of my time and just, mental issues into making videos and figuring out how to edit and analytics and things like that. But to be honest with you, that has put a whole nother set of stress on myself. I know that I have talked about this on Instagram quite a bit, but I've kind of gotten to a point with YouTube where I just don't know. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. I just don't know. I had always, really put forethought into tags and keywords and making sure my schedule was right. I looked at all my analytics and figured out what days and what times was supposed to be best for me to upload. And I just felt like, things have just gone downhill, and I just don't know how to fix it. And a lot of other friends that I talk to that have YouTube channels, they kind of feel the same way. And they're like, girl, we don't know what the hell's going on. We're just going with the flow. So that's basically what I'm doing now. And if it's in God's will for my channel to blow up, then it's going to happen. But I simply cannot keep stressing myself out about, my channel. It is what it is, and I absolutely love the friendships that I've made here, and that is truly what I'm going to continue to focus on, and putting out content that you guys enjoy, and hopefully one day it just catches up with me. So that is another thing that I stress out about on a daily basis. But yeah, over the last few weeks, I just really haven't felt it, and I really have gotten that when I get home. I'll just, like these boxes, I've just let them pile up, and I just walk past them 30 times a day, and I'm like, not gonna do it. I've let, cups sit in my room like a teenager. I just haven't felt like doing anything. But this day I got up, I got busy, and, just tackled everything that needed to be tackled. And I honestly felt so much more accomplished after I got finished. I ended up doing the bathroom as well. I didn't film it just because I kind of wanted to get it done. And some days I worry about that too. Like most times I just want to come home and get my house cleaned, and I don't want to bother with filming it because it takes so much longer to clean my house when I'm toting a camera around and trying to get angles and things like that, I stress out about that. I'm like, well, if I clean and I don't film, then I'm missing a good opportunity for content. And then I worry myself over that. It's one thing after another. But I will tell you that I have the most cutest little assistant, and Bodie has honestly helped me through a lot of things. He really does know like my moods. 9 times out of 10 when I come home, he's bouncing off the walls because he's just so happy to see me. But sometimes when he knows, I think he just senses it that I'm in a mood, and he'll either just walk around beside me or he'll just lay down and watch. And you can tell in this video he was feeling my anxiety. And I can't be more grateful for him. So now that I have that kitchen all nice and cleaned up, I moved on to the bedroom. And as you just saw, I had like 3 cups sitting on my nightstand. And that was killing me. I was like, girl, get your life together. You're 45 years old. You're not supposed to have dishes in the bedroom. But again, here we are. So I quickly just got the bed made up and went ahead and tackled those 3 baskets of laundry. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been picking out clean clothes from one of those baskets all week long for work, and it was just too much. It's just, like I said in the beginning, I couldn't even sleep in here without being riddled with anxiety because I had all those clothes sitting around me, and my room is not big enough for all that mess. I kind of wanted to touch base on a comment that I got not too long ago, and someone commented and was like, no, they didn't comment. They actually sent me a message on Instagram. I was like, girl, okay. But she was like, you really need a new bedroom suit. That one's just really outdated, and the color is ugly, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, it is. I've talked about that like 50,000 times in my videos. So as soon as you're ready to come down, give me your credit card. We'll go to Grand or Ashley's, and I'll even let you help me pick one out if you want to pay for it. So a lot of times, comments like that would really stress me out. But I've gotten to the point where I'm like, girl, bye. I really don't care. Also, don't come at me for the way that I fold a flat sheet. At least it's not in a ball. I really tried. But another thing that I kind of wanted to talk about was the more that I, try to get myself to get things done, it honestly does help my mood. I feel like if my house is clean, then that takes away a lot of stress. And if I'm not stressed, then I'm not projecting that stress onto my family, onto Ruben, onto the dog, onto my kids, onto my, workmates or anything like that. So another thing that I've tried to start doing, actually at my work, we're kind of like close to a greenway there in our area. And on the nice days, I'll take my lunch break and I'll try to get out and walk just a little bit. And that honestly does help my anxiety and my mood. I do know that when I used to exercise, was I tired? Yes. Did my muscles and joints kill me? Absolutely. But my mental health was a whole lot better. So that is something that I definitely want to start doing again, even if it's just getting out and taking a walk, even if I can just get Bodie out in the neighborhood and, walk him more as well. It's not only going to help me, but it's going to help him and his attitude because he's a big boy and he just honestly really likes to get out and walk and be nosy in the neighborhood, just like his mama. So if anxiety or depression is anything that you guys are dealing with, there's always something that, you can reach out and try to get that help with, whether it's counseling or walking, exercising, reading a book, anything like that. I strongly suggest that you look into it. And again, like I said, I'm always here if any of you guys ever want to talk. We can sit and compare stories. We can help each other laugh. Just anything that you guys need. I just want you guys to know that I'm here for. I'm not just some person that puts videos out on the internet and doesn't talk to anybody. Again, I cannot stress enough the relationships and friendships that I have formed with a lot of people that just started out as viewers. And I'm so blessed to have you guys hanging around with me and talking to me while I get through this little part of my life. And another thing, like I said, I think menopause has really, truly played a big hand in this. And I have talked to my doctor about it, and they suggested me to, go on some medications, which I have not because I don't feel like it's right for me. I don't know. It's just not something that I have, really accepted and said, okay, yeah, I'll do it. I've always kind of been like a strong-willed person and a strong-minded person, and I'm really starting to get through things a lot better now. I think now that life has slowed down for me just a little bit, a lot of my stresses I put onto myself. So I'm just trying to deal with that as best that I can. But I wanted to just kind of let you guys know a little bit about myself and my stories, and just let you know that you're not alone if you're dealing with any sort of stress and anxiety. I'm so glad to see that mental health is a lot bigger of an issue out in social media right now. I think that back when, I think it was, who was it? Gabby Douglas, I think, when she kind of took herself out of the Olympics and, stressed a lot about her mental state. I think that was an amazing thing for her to do, not only for herself, but for, all the little girls and everybody else that watches her and looks up to her. I just thought it was amazing. So I just kind of wanted to touch base on that today and let you guys know that you're not alone. And if you needed any sort of, motivation or anything like that to get up and just clean a little bit of your house today, even if you don't feel like it, then I hope this video helped you with that. And I want to say thank you so much for being here with me today and just being the wonderful people that you are. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and come back and check up on all the new things that I've got coming out on my channel. So I gotta go. I love you and appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye.
One step forward and another back.